Is your mom's anxiety or your teacher's moralizing driving your relationship? Are they making you feel like you aren't holy just because you're human? Today we're doing a clinical audit of your mental bandwidth to figure out who actually owns your soul. Have you ever been in a relationship? Maybe just started to see someone, and every time you mention them, you get a lecture, whether it's your parents, whether it's your teachers, whether it's your professors in college, elder siblings. Do you get a lecture every time you even hint about you liking somebody, you seeing somebody, love somebody to forget only? Okay. What about the fact when you are wanting to buy something, right? There's always someone telling you, go ahead, why you want to spend, why you want to do this, why you want to do that. You're supposed to save, you're supposed to do this and that. The right and the wrong, no? Right? We call this moralizing, right? Every conversation somehow just gets moralized. Whether it's your parents worrying about your intentions, a priest giving you a sermon on purity, or a teacher warning you that this could cause a distraction. It somehow just feels like everyone is trying to drive your car sitting in the backseat. Now, what are you doing? Right? The point in this is that even when you're saying something that is objectively right, don't you find yourself wanting to do the exact opposite just to prove that you're in control? Think about it. I'll repeat, okay? Even when what they're telling you is correct, it is the right thing to do. How often do you do it or you don't do it? Basically doing the exact opposite. Just to show that, you know what, I am in control. I will do it when I want to do it. You can't tell me what to do. My life, my rules. Now, what is the problem with this? No? My body, my rules. My life, my rules. My body, my choice is what they say also. No? The concept and the issue with this is that a lot of times it forms as a practice what in psychology we called reactance. When we feel our freedom is getting threatened, it's a defense mechanism within us that we protected by rebelling. Somehow doing the wrong thing always feels better than doing the right thing. Okay, history has proven this. Our parents have proven this somehow, sometimes. You and I have proven it as well, right? So this act of rebelling is something that gives us a certain kind of pleasure. Now, it can also, this pleasure that we get can also hurt us, right? It can hurt us in multiple ways. Today, what I want to talk to you about, how to just stop being this rebel and being a different kind of a rebel that makes the right choices, not because somebody is telling them to make this choice or someone is telling you to make this choice, because you have decided that this is what I want to do, not what I need to do. This is what I want to do. Okay? We are talking about a psychological topic, of course, but because you're under the blue cloak, right? There has to be something that the church is going to guide you with, correct? So I'm going to give you a very beautiful person to research on. Her name is Saint Therese of Avila. She has written, I'm going to talk to you about a concept that she teaches you in a book called The Interior Castle. Okay? So let's see what this interior castle is all about. All right? I want you to visualize something with me, and I'll try to put up a creative on the screen that will help you walk with me, while we go this over. Imagine a castle, a mansion. Forget a castle. Imagine a mansion. Okay. This mansion is made of a single shiny diamond. All right. Now, the shiny diamond, of course, it's a mansion. Nah? So mansions have multiple rooms. Along with a room, there's also going to be a large courtyard. There's going to be the center room where primarily all the big people are supposed to sit. Now, who's the big people of your castle? You, right? Also, Saint Theresa says that God is also the king of that mansion. The entire owner of that home. Okay, so it's a beautiful mansion. You're enjoying the space. You see the space. Somehow, in the courtyard or in the outer area of the mansion, you have these weird reptiles. Okay. So she takes you through on this entire journey of visiting through all of the rooms of the mansion. Let's reflect on the courtyard. I want to bring your mind to the courtyard area. She speaks about having vipers, having reptiles, so snakes, lizards, anything that you find creepy, crawly. These are all scrolling around in the courtyard area of your beautiful diamond mansion. Now, many people will originally say these reptiles are basically sins. They are the wrong things that you do that keep you out of the mansion. But I want to give you a psychotherapeutic perception to this. Okay, what if I told you these reptiles are often the voices of other people? Imagine this. You're 22, 25, whatever be your age, right? And you're trying to figure out a relationship. Now, when we are figuring out relationships, we all know that there's a whole bandwagon of things to sort of come through, correct? We have the expectation of our partner, we have the expectation of ourselves, how we want to look, how we want to behave, how we want to accessorize when we go out, right? So all of these things are there. Now your castle, which is supposed to be with you, God, your partner. I'm giving you an example of you and a partner, okay? But there are other things also. Replace your partner with your bike, or with a wanted bike, or a wanted new phone, whatever. Okay? Or maybe a dream, an ambition, or a possibility that you want to do, or a choice that you want to make that people are moralizing you not to go forward with. Okay? These vipers, these reptiles are all crowded now on the courtyard with each, say, one viper is your mom's anxiety, dad's anxiety, one's your priest's expectations that, come up on Sunday mass, your teacher's judgments that, it is because you're in a relationship, you're not focusing on your studies, and whatever, XYZ. Saint Theresa says the goal is not just to follow the rules to get to the center of the house. Now remember, who's in the center of the house? You, God, and your ambition. The goal is to clean the room so you can hear your own voice and the voice of God at that center. Picture this. You're only dating someone to spite the opposite one, right? You have your parents, teachers, whatever. Now, on the flip side of it, you're only breaking up because someone told you to, not because you wanted to. You're breaking up because your priest told you that it's a sin to, do stuff before marriage. Are you in your castle yet? Or are you still living in the courtyard, acting according to the noise outside? Remember who all are the reptiles? Who all are the vipers? So I'm going to give you an example, and I'm going to give you a small activity that you can do to figure out whether this is a voice of reason or is this the voice of Jesus? Is this the voice of a reptile or is this a voice of validity? Okay. So I'm going to teach you something called the self-texting method. Note to self. We all have WhatsApp. We all use our phones on a very regular, daily, hourly basis sometimes. A lot of you may know this, a lot of you may not know this. My question of messaging yourself. All right? What I want you to do is open up a self-text thread. Okay? Whenever a parent or a guide gives you a moral command about your relationship or about any topic, I want you not to argue with them. I just want you to accept what they are saying. Listen, okay? But you got to listen to this carefully for the next step, okay? So listen carefully. I'm not saying react, respond, argue. Don't do nothing of this. Take it to your notes. Take it to your text, self-text thread, okay? Now, what will you text yourself? You will text yourself 3 questions, okay? They, being whoever, your priest, your mom, your dad, your elder sibling, whoever, told me that I shouldn't dash dash dash, or I should dash dash dash, depending on what you're dealing with. So say for example, as per our earlier example, we used the dating philosophy and the dating example. No? So let's say you are a girl and you're dating a person, random name, Mr. Pinto. Let's just name it Mr. Pinto. You're dating Mr. Pinto. The people have an issue with you dating Mr. Pinto. Now, you as being Miss Fernandez is now wanting to get into a relationship with Mr. Pinto, and 10 people are telling you that no, you should not do this. But why are they saying this, right? There has to be a reason, no? Probably he's not from the same community. He's probably got a bad reputation. He's probably something or someone that is a ne'er-do-well or is someone that is over involved with other things. So put your points out there. That this is what is happening and I don't know what and this is the reason that I'm being given, right? They told me I shouldn't see Mr. Pinto because of him not being from my community. Now comes the filter. Okay, now this is the primary sentence that you will send yourself. Now comes the 3 points. So first point is your sentence that you send yourself. Now I want you to take your mansion choice. Okay, am I keeping this person in my castle, or am I keeping this thought in my castle because I value them, or because I'm addicted to the drama of defending them against my parents or my teacher or my priest? Correct? So ask yourself, for example, say it's a bike that you want to buy. Okay. Ask yourself that do I want this bike in my castle because I actually value it? What good can I do with it? Or am I doing it because I see somebody else having it, or I want to they can be good reasons also. Okay, I want to make a motor vlogging channel and I think I'll be able to make a career out of it. Correct? And we all know pretty successful people in the industry as well. How am I feeling about it? This is your third point. Ask yourself this. So your next point is humility is the truth. Ask yourself this, that if I'm choosing this, does it move this entire relationship of me with the bike or me with the Mr. Pinto or whatever? Is it moving from a space that is a battleground, or is this a choice that is in your interior castle? Get what I'm saying? Any questions, feel free to comment down and ask me. Okay, I'll be more than happy to clear them for you. I'll pick them up in my coffee catechism sessions as well. What I want you to understand is that this humility, right, is something that is very integral, because we have to humble ourselves to also understand that there is a possibility that I may be wrong. And you'll only know this when you analyze through your self-text. Okay? We all have a very beautiful concept in Catholicism that we call the Lectio Divina. Okay? in which we pick one word. And I did that in my previous video where I picked one word and I focused on that one word. In the same manner, when you're doing this, you pick that one word, pick the emotion, pick the person, pick the item, etc. Right? And ask yourself, is this beneficial for me? And when you figure out if it is right, if it is wrong, or whatever, with humility, accept the response and the outcome of it also. Saint Theresa in this book very famously says that humility is walking in truth. The truth isn't what your priest says. The truth isn't even what you say in a moment of anger. Understand, when the body is in fight or flight mode, you are going to come up with multiple points in your head. Correct? But is it something that is beneficial, not beneficial, whatever? Is the truth the long-term fruit of the relationship? So instead of asking that is this allowed, ask yourself, does this make my interior castle feel like a sanctuary? Or does it bring in more reptiles? Now, these reptiles are not always mom, dad, and your priest, and your teacher, and your professor, and all of that, okay? These reptiles are also your anxiety, your secrecy, shame. That's why I say humility is walking in truth. Am I proud of the person or the choice that I am going to make? Am I truly, indeed, going to present this person as is, or am I going to accessorize the person with false hopes or my perception of the individual rather than seeing the individual or the product for as it is? Am I in love with the person because I love the perception of the individual that I have made for that person? Or am I liking the person for who he truly is? If you want to change anything in that person, then you got to ask yourself, that is this something that I want to allow in my interior mansion, in my interior castle? If it is healthy, you don't need to hide it. You don't need to change it. If you're hiding it, ask yourself, are you protecting your privacy? Are you protecting a problem? Now that is not a moral lecture, because nobody is going to tell you this. This is an audit that you will do of your own mental bandwidth. Correct? See guys, lastly, I will close with something that I would like you to just go over. Okay? Understand this. When I say that you're the first castle, the entire castle is made of a diamond, my primary intention behind telling you this is that your soul is that diamond. It is too valuable to let anybody, any anxiety, your own spite, ruin that diamond and that luster. You don't have to obey like a child. But because it's a mansion, you have to choose like a landlord. I'll repeat again. You don't have to obey like a child, but you should choose like a landlord. You choose when you want to increase the rent. You choose when you want to pardon the rent. You choose when you want to take control back of your property. At the Blue Cloak project, we provide the bandwidth to help you sort out through these voices. No moralizing, no shoulda, woulda, could'ves. Just the clinical and the spiritual tools to help you inhabit your own castle. Okay? If you're tired of being told what to do, stop listening to the courtyard. Start walking inward. Okay? I'm going to be posting a journaling guide in my Sanctuary Notes. So don't forget to go through my website. You'll find Sanctuary Notes under there on a tab. Click on the thing, go through it. I've written a couple of other blogs as well. See if something helps you from there. If not, I'm always available. Drop me a text and I'll be more than happy to help you. Send me a comment, drop me a like. It helps me a lot to understand that what I'm saying is affecting you, reaching you, whatever. Right? I know these are long videos. They are meant to be long videos. For short videos, go to my Instagram. Go through it. Take care of yourself. Lots of love. Ave Maria.